y'all. Hey Aquarius, it's your girl Javy. Back at it again with the general tarot reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Virgo season 2021, baby. I am hyped the fuck up on caffeine. I had a little bit of coffee, but it was really good quality coffee, so I didn't get like heart palpitations and like all jittery like normal. And then I had some chai, and I'm like, how am I like, now this is what we prepared for. This is it. The time is now. This is what we trained for. Go time. Interesting, you may be feeling the same. You may be feeling the pressure, like it's on. Time to really like leap forward beyond who you've been, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Patreon's Get Everything First. Patreon.com/justjeverything. Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. I promise I'm doing them fast. I'm so behind for Virgo season. This is not what I expected, but just like life happened, health happened, taking care of myself, being of service and a lot of work. A lot of like my personal business, like my personal like readings and stuff like I've like, it's been busy. And you understand, Saturn is retrograding in your sign. So y'all know hard work. You've never been shy to it. For daily tarot readings, check out my Instagram, justj_everything. And for other dope shit that I do, my website, justjeverything.com. So, yes, Saturn's retrograde in Aquarius still. Jupiter retrograde in Aquarius. Uranus is now retrograde in Taurus. Excuse me. Uranus is now retrograde in Taurus, so there is an overwhelming amount of reflection, hindsight, hearkening back to aha moments about the past that have come in. Uranus, one of your I go by traditional rulerships. So to me, for Aquarius, I will always look at Saturn and Uranus. Anyway, Uranus retrograding softens the blow. And now you can breathe and really like let your logical mind work for yourself the way that it works for everyone else, the way that it works for the collective, the way it works for your companies or work or things of that nature, or your friends. Think up the master plan and do it now. But don't act on it until Capricorn or Aquarius season. But it's time to definitely start working on the plan. Whatever that, well, you should have been where I know you've been working on the plan. But there may be new levels to the plan that you figured out, new steps to new kinks to work out. And it's okay if it may take a little while for you to execute it, but you just need to be thinking it up. Now, either way, excuse me, the sun, well, this happened today actually, September 6th, the sun in Virgo trines Uranus retrograde in Taurus, and the dots connect. Business ideas start to come in, opportunities start to come in this whole next week. The first week of September, I feel like the first 2 weeks of September, it's like shoot your shot. Shoot your fucking shot. Get out of your head. Get out of this clinging to the old cycle. I keep trying to find if my cards, I don't usually let them get this reversed and back and forth. And so there may be things have just gotten behind, or You may be feeling like you're just catching up, and that's okay. On September 17th, and that's okay, not just because it's okay. It's like, it's okay because in Virgo season, we're really being pointed out, like the kind of weak spots are being highlighted. And not weak spots, but spots that need to be tuned up, that need to be reinforced. There is, the little cracks in the foundation are being illuminated, and there is this need to get shit together so that company can come over in Libra season. However that resonates for you. But tend to the details, or whatever Saturn is requiring of you, whatever Jupiter is blessing you with unexpectedly. It's time to start acting. Opportunities are going to come in that are stable or progressive, and it's a good time for healthy, calculated risks. Like I said, shoot your shot. September 17th, Venus in Scorpio is going to be squaring Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, and intimate desires versus obligations take place, or desire versus karma. Possible tension with people with Taurus, Libra, Scorpio, Capricorn, Cancer, or Aquarius placements. But all in all, the ultimate plan is think up a master plan, but also listen to the divine plan that has been given to you. The one that you may have, that piece of intuition that you may be ignoring, that may have gotten to the point where stuff's getting a little chaotic if you don't start listening to it. And whatever that ultimate action is that you're being asked to do, or that's like blaring in your face, it's like, think up the master plan so that you can start to like create like an exit strategy, or like a forward progress, or whatever it is. And do your best to only like rebel against whatever is limiting you creatively. Aha! The Magician. Think up the master plan. Communicate it to yourself so you can communicate it to the divine, so that it can start to manifest in your physical reality, and you don't have to explain it to anybody else. Rebel against your self-inflicted creative limitations. Ooh. Page of Wands reversed on the bottom of the deck. Some of you, there's some little chaotic stuff going on in the home, in your living situation, going on in the realm of your family, or with your children, or people you have children with. I feel like some of you are in a place of really wanting to reinvent yourself, or there has been some delay in you reinventing yourself, or being the version of yourself that you've been trying to be, or you've been telling yourself that you're going to be. The Magician, first card out on the Selenite throne, to be clarified, is about what's going on with your connection to your willpower. What's going on with your connection to your words, to the way that you express yourself, to the way that you communicate. Is there a smooth talker around? Also, it's about coming up to be clarified. What's your relationship to your self-sufficiency? Like, do you realize that you have what you need to progress forward? Or are you always doubting yourself? Do you always like coming up with an excuse for why you can't proceed forward, or why you can't do this, or why you can't do that? There's something about going it on alone, doing something your way. And I'm not saying that you're leaving your marriage. For some of you, maybe that is that, or you're not. I'm not saying that you're leaving your relationship or anything like that. Some of y'all, maybe. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, this looks like harnessing your willpower to really, so far, to establish and fortify and promote your independence or your financial freedom. Some of you, this is about entrepreneurship. Some of you, this is about your work ethic. Some of you, I feel like you've been asking for somebody else to pay you to make their dreams come true. It's time for you to really get busy coming up with a grounded, logical business model or structure so that you can really either get higher up in the company that you're at or so that you can start doing something for yourself. But I really feel like I'm speaking to people who have a very entrepreneurial bone in their body that they have been scared to act on or communicate. Also, some of you, this may be about moving out, or this may be about moving on your own. What came out, this may be too many cards. The Emperor, Aries, the Father, Mars, which is in Virgo right now. The Five of Pentacles, interesting, Mars surrounded by this Saturnian, Virgoan, earthy energy. King of Swords, and then Strength reversed. Four of Wands reversed on the bottom of the deck. For some of you, yes, this is about ending a relationship. Or for some of you, this is about a recovery from a profound change in your relationship. Maybe something happened with children. For some of you, there's possibly recovering from a miscarriage or recovering from maybe a sudden splitting or a sudden ending in a relationship, or you getting the desire to leave, you really getting motivated to move in some way. And for some of you, it's like moving forward. For some of you, let's say this is about a job. I feel like also, especially those of you who work in like a public industry or like marketing or finance or anything, also like party planning or event planning or like behind the scenes, like set design, light design, audio, like those kind of like the people who are in like party kind of industries. I don't know where this is coming from. Anyway, well, I was just hanging out with two lighting designers. So, okay, people who are in tech or travel for work often, or rely on some sort of like social skill where you may be face to face with people or communicating on the phone or a lot or having to organize, whatever it is, those people specifically in those jobs, you may be leaving that industry or shifting, or there may be like a big change that y'all are needing to not only just prepare for, but I feel like there's something about learning a different skill or going after a different dream. I keep getting pulled to look at the fucking camera and it's annoying. It's like, I'll go my own way. There's something about going your own way. When the Magician comes out, the Magician gets shit done. The Magician puts himself in a position. The Magician is Mercury. So let's say there may be someone with Gemini, Virgo placements that's really important to you. There may be some important information that comes in Virgo season in regards to or by way of a Gemini or a Virgo. Some of you, this person gives you some kind of information, or there is an interaction between you all that puts you in a position of like, damn, I can do this for myself. And so you're thinking about quitting. Some of you are thinking about quitting a job or going back to school or working for yourself, or some of you are thinking about like leaving the nest or finally like becoming your own boss. Some of you are still financially There may be some financial hits still to recover from. And I feel like some of you, there could be things coming up with the father. There may be some sort of father figure or someone who is financially in a good position that is able to help you. But I feel like some of you, if you are in need of help in some way, financially, I don't give a shit. I will pull a card. Please clarify the Five of Pentacles. I know that I normally do all the clarifications in the second part, but I just want to, if I can be of service, please clarify the Five of Pentacles for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you are in having like financial struggles right now, or you're not receiving like some of the assistance, there's financial conflict going on. It's really, really important for you to check your mouth, and that you don't. Some of you, it's like you just get angry and just quit, or you just get angry and just leave, or say something below the belt, or there may be something about your tone or something that's rubbing people the wrong way. And I feel like you're acting, the Knight of Swords reverse, Four of Swords reverse. I feel like you guys are acting before you've taken a beat and thought thought shit through. You're acting before you've contacted or gone to spirit about anything, before you've actually like asked yourself some of the really like hard questions before you make these big decisions, like, do I want to stay in this marriage? Do I want to? Some of you, it's just like you're just like, oop, boop, like something. It's like a switch flips, and then it's like, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. And it's like, oh, but had you just please think things through, because either way, there just may be something. There could be some sort of, somebody may say something in a really harsh tone that you haven't processed yet. And you may be thinking of leaving a relationship or a job or a marriage or a friendship. This also could be a very intense conversation that you've had with a father or a boss, or maybe with yourself. I feel like also if you are having financial struggles, there is something about your relationship to discipline and your relationship to structure. And the foundation of structure and discipline that you're providing for yourself needs to be evaluated and upgraded. And there's got to be some stricter boundaries that get enforced. Some of you, I feel like maybe there may be people who have siphoned kind of you financially. Like some of you may have helped other people to the point where now like you need help. That's not everybody, but that could be something that's going on. I feel like also it's like you're just going and you're not listening to your intuition, or you're not. There's something here about the people who are struggling or having, maybe this may even be like a court case for some of you. You're needing to get quiet and listen to what Spirit is trying to say, and you're needing to get quiet and listen to the thoughts that come up so that you can really uproot some old, outdated emotional responses. Some of you, there are emotional responses that were triggered by something with your father, or your relation to your father, or a stepfather, or an uncle, or a boss. But it's there's some kind of issue with the divine or with the masculine, is what I'm picking up on. Or a seed that was planted by a masculine that has put you in a position of being very defensive, or speaking before you really have thought things through, and hurting maybe people's feelings, and maybe really ignoring your own intuition on like whether to say something or not. I also feel like there may be something about like social awkwardness or like having more situational or social awareness, like doing more work to pick up on social cues and like allowing yourself, if you're going to like work up the nerve to go and be social, because there's actually like it looks like a lot of people here. If you're going to work up the nerve to go ahead and be social, then like you need to have enough energy in the battery to like be present with the people that you're being social with. And you can be rather you present than you just like in the present, like in the physical, you just be there, but like you're just sharp and like on autopilot. There could be something about I just heard dissociation. Some of you may be kind of like struggling to work on your social skills, and it starts by way of really strengthening your relationship with yourself and giving yourself the structure that you need to establish a new mental foundation, which once you do it in the mental, it will start to really cement in the physical, in your spiritual, in a different way. So it can start to, this new foundation in your mind can start to manifest in your physical reality, because your decision making skills get to evolve. You know what I mean? Some of you may be like thinking about or restructuring your emotional responses, restructuring your thought processes, because you understand that you were operating from a poverty, scarcity, or lack mentality. And it could have been as a result of some way that you were treated when you grew up. There's a lot of like roots things, coming up in Virgo season. It is the season of like the mother-daughter relationship, and so that is definitely getting highlighted here. But ultimately, Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising, first thing that needs to be evaluated is your autonomy, and maybe who makes you push your limits, or who challenges you to be better versus who provokes you to hold on tighter or to restrict or constrict. There is this need to really look at how people make you feel, and is it promoting you getting this freedom that you want, this financial freedom? And if you need some sort of go ahead, like this is the time to shoot your shot. It's time to really go forward, because there's some like legacy feeling shit that's on the line. And what you've got to do is get to a point where you can acknowledge the feeling left out. Some of you are having to process the fact that you feel left out, or you feel separate, or you're scared to leave the group, or you're scared to leave this job, or you're scared to leave the relationship because you're afraid to be alone. And that needs to be acknowledged, processed, unpacked. For some of you, there is someone with Aries, Scorpio, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn placements that maybe there's some trauma bonds with. And there are some unpleasant realizations, conclusions, conversations that you're going to have with yourself, with your spirit, with possibly these people or this person, where it's just like, it's kind of like understood, okay, like, yeah, there are new boundaries that need to be made. And I get to make those new boundaries when I am more masterful with my language and more masterful with my words, more masterful with my thoughts. More masterful with my thoughts so that I can be more masterful with my words. And really put this misery, this financial conflict, this codependency or trauma bonding, whatever it is, whatever conflict has helped hold you back and has contributed to any sort of feeling of unworthiness, it gets put behind you because you're able to look at it from a logical lens once you finally prioritize moving forward from whatever's been holding you back or restricting you and standing on your own 2 feet. And best believe there are going to be some people who are like, hold on, well, I'm used to you being this way. I'm used to you being here. I'm like, can't take advantage of you when you're doing your own thing. And you're going to have this aha moment that comes in about, damn, what have I been afraid of? How have I been holding myself back? Are there some, how drained am I feeling? 2 of Cups reversed on the bottom of the deck, y'all. There are some endings in some certain relationships that need to end so that you can get back to filling your own cup, because look at this. You got shit to do, Aquarius. You have shit to accomplish. Saturn is in your sign. Legacy is on your mind. Legacy is going to come up. What you are doing with your energy, are you wasting it? Are you wasting any gifts? Anything? There's magic in you. You are the star. You are Uranus. There are standards and status quos to push up against, to rebel against, new standards to set that you need to have at the forefront of your mind. And you can't operate from this new place of power if you're still carrying around all of this in your subconscious and in your heart and in your word choice and in your decision-making process and in your eating habits. And it's just like, it's time to change. And it's time to do better for yourself. It's time to provide better for yourself. This is going to be a deep one. Let's get into it. I love you. Dear goodness. Choose yourself. Please, Aquarius. I love you. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.